Howdy folks, welcome back to the UConn Dynasty series, episode 15 here on College Football 26. If you missed the last one, it was awesome. I mean, we lost, but what a ride with this first UConn team that we're going to lose so many players here. We fought our hearts out. We had the lead with 7 minutes left. Bama was just simply more talented than us. But man, they didn't have more heart than us. We tried really, really hard to win that game. We came in riding with our 68 overall backup quarterback who played a heck of a game. We ran the ball hard. We caught the ball well. Receiving game was playing well, getting open on those tough corners. And the defense struggled, but they made some big plays as well. I am so unbelievably... It's like I'm a coach of this team. I know these dudes. I'm so unbelievably proud of this team and how they competed. And it is just such a shame that we're going to be losing so many of them. So let's go into what happened this year in the stats. So Joe Fagnano was our quarterback for he played in 12 full games, basically. And he was good. He was our transfer in senior quarterback, 3,200 yards, nearly 3,300, 21 touchdowns and 10 picks. He really settled in later in the season, led that great run that sent us to the playoffs. And I really appreciate Joe. At the end of the day, though, he got hurt. His season health went all the way down to 0. His career health is near dead. So he's a senior redshirt senior, so he's gone anyway. And so what we had to do was turn to our backup quarterback, Tucker McDonald, who ended up having 880 yards, 7 touchdowns, 4 picks, a decent run. He won some huge games, really played well against Bama. He beat USF, and he was a part in that game, that second half against Tulane that we actually won. Nick Evers got hurt on like his, 18th throw of the year, which is a sad state for him because he might be our guy next year. He's got full health. We'll see. As for the running backs, we see Mr. Cam Edwards was our main running back, 160 carries for 667 yards. Not that many yards, but 17 touchdowns, pretty solid. I believe he's going to transfer, sadly, and his career health and season health isn't great anyway. So we really don't want him to transfer. Hopefully, I don't know how the offseason works, if we're going to be able to keep him. But Mel Brown was our RB2, 71 carries, 323 yards, and 3 touchdowns for him. Also a senior. MJ Flowers, we really want him to stay. We're just like half a thing off on all these deal breakers. We really need MJ to stay. He'd be our lead back next year. And then we also want Victor Rosa to stay, but I believe he might be getting out of here as well. Caleb Burton also got a carry, but not important. Receiving wise, Chris Parker, the junior, was by far our best receiver, and he was freaking fantastic. He had 1165 on the yardage, 8 touchdowns, and was consistently our most targeted receiver every single game. Our second highest targeted receiver was Lewis Hanson, the tight end, who had 828 yards and 4 touchdowns. Really good year for him. He is a senior, so he will be heading off. Hopefully we keep Chris Parker, but again, it's just some of these things were deal breakers on. Skylar Bell is a senior. He was supposed to be our go-to guy, but he really just didn't end up being that. He has good speed. He did have some deep balls that he would come down with, but only 630 yards and 5 touchdowns. A lot of his catches going to Chris Parker. Naeem Simmons, another senior here, had 50 catches for 523 yards and 3 touchdowns. He's a pretty basic number 2 receiver. Chris Parker played a lot in the slot, and we ran a lot out of the slot. So Simmons wasn't the biggest contributor. Cam Edwards had 398 yards on 45 catches and a touchdown. Nice little dual threat back there. Caleb Burton is one that we really, really want to keep. Again, the conference prestige isn't quite there, but Burton is a 78 overall sophomore. He's going to develop. He had 4 touchdowns this year on 247 yards. We need him to stay because he would be, I think, sliding into that slot position, and we'd move Chris Parker to the outside. It's kind of a bigger guy, Mel Brown, our backup running back, was definitely a receiving back as well. 30 catches for 221 and a touchdown. Ramel Murphy, only 5 catches, but 113 yards and 2 touchdowns for him. Nader Chirchi is a young tight end. He's probably going to be our tight end next year. 73 overall right now, 9 catches for 99 yards this year. And then Alex Honig is graduating. On the line, we saw Ben Murawski give up 6 sacks. Yeah, the line wasn't just fantastic. It wasn't the worst thing you've ever seen, but it wasn't great. Defensively, this is where we have the stars. Taekwon King, who is my user the majority of the year, was an absolute monster. 142 tackles, leads the next guy by 38. He was just a menace. He had 47 TFLs, beating the next guy on the team by 18, which was Nick Russell. He also had 17 and a half. He also tacked on 4.5 sacks and 2 picks. He had a touchdown, he had a deflection, and he also had a fumble recovery. What a year for Taekwon King. I think he should go to the draft, and he will hopefully get drafted. I mean, he's got the build. He's really good. Tyrese Mills, the senior safety, was good as well. 104 tackles for him. He had a pick, sack and a half, 21 TFLs. Lee Millette, another safety, 93 tackles, 12 TFLs, a sack and a pick. Then Brian Parham had 89 tackles, 15 TFLs. One of our other middle linebackers, 2 sacks and a pick. Cam Chadwick, the redshirt sophomore, who's got a deal breaker. I don't know if we're keeping any of these guys. It is a pain to see this. We might need to move into the ACC or the Big Ten or something. But 79 tackles, 9 TFLs, a sack, no picks. But he was definitely one of the best lockdown corners on our team. Didn't get thrown at a lot. Kamoi Latu, 76 tackles, 11 TFLs. Damon Brinson played well. The senior cornerback. He had 2 picks. The Donovan Branch, 20 TFLs and 7 sacks off the end. And then Mr. Nick Russell, our sophomore defensive tackle. I know he's not going to develop great. He doesn't have the dev trait for it. But, dude, he was unstoppable. 68 tackles, 29 TFLs, and 17.5 sacks for the big man up front. Just electric stuff. He also had a fumble recovery. He forced 3 fumbles, and he had that one fumble recovery that was just, electric. Electric. Outside linebacker, Siam Moa, wasn't too much of a contributor. 44 tackles, 14 TFLs, and a sack and a half. Then Ben Smiley, the left edge, 37 tackles, 16 TFLs, and 6 sacks. He came up huge late in the year. Devin Pringle was all right. Kobe Albert, probably going to be our starting free safety next year. So hopefully we keep him. Stephon Wright, going to be our starting left edge next year, assuming he doesn't leave. I don't think he will. 20 tackles, 11 TFLs, and 5 sacks for him. Kervin Strout, 15, 7, and 2.5. He was a good senior, kind of second defensive tackle. Renwick was all right. Xavier Bridges-Brooks, the freshman strong safety, might get the spot next year. He'll definitely be in contention. He's got some decent speed. He runs well. He had 13 tackles and a pick this year. Jalen Wilkinson will be starting. Vincent Carroll Jackson will most likely be in the rotation. So a lot of guys there. We really struggled kicking. Chris Freeman was 16 for 21 on the year. He was 52 for 52 on extra points. And then our punter had 52 punts for 2,000 yards. Yeah, that's all. All right, I think that's really all we have time for here before we get into anything else. All-Americans, of course, we want to look at. Nationally, we have Nick Russell, Donovan Branch, Taekwon King, and Lee Millette. We have 4 defensive starters. That's awesome to see. And then second team, Tyrese Mills gets in there. That's what I'm talking about. I don't think we had any freshmen. No. And then for the American, Cam Edwards was your running back 2. Chris Parker made it as wide receiver 3. Lewis Hanson, the tight end. And then you get Nick Russell, Donovan Branch, Taekwon King, Cam Chadwick, Lee Millette, and Tyrese Mills all on the first team. That's awesome. Then Ben Smiley jumps in for the second team with Damon Brinson. Freshman-wise, I don't think we had any freshmen that played. Xavier Bridges Brooks makes it just out of necessity because he played some and he got that pick. Anyways, what an awesome year. Here's the college football playoff bracket. We will see who wins in the coming weeks. Bama will go on to play Penn State. Duke or Oklahoma will go on to play Oregon. Georgia will go on to play Boise. Georgia or Boise will go on to play Texas. And then Ole Miss or Miami will go on to play SMU. So pretty stacked next few weeks. We would have had to go play against Penn State. That wouldn't have gone well. We've got a big week this week with signing week. Let's see what the CPU can do for us. I guess it's not a big one. So, Oklahoma wins and will go on to face Oregon. Georgia edges out Boise State barely, creates an SEC matchup there in the quarterfinal, and Miami blows the brakes off of Ole Miss. So, 3 SEC teams in the quarterfinal, along with, I guess, 4 SEC teams, 2 Big Ten, and 2 ACC. So we will see what happens there. I don't think we have anything else to do here. We can't even recruit, so. Should just be bowl season, bowl season, bowl season. Coaching carousel coming up. Here's the bracket here. Bama beats Penn State. Oklahoma beats Oregon. Georgia beats Texas. And Miami beats SMU. So 3 SEC teams. You're bound to have one in the championship. Between Alabama and Oklahoma, we'll see if we have an all-SEC championship as Georgia faces off against Miami. The coaching carousel is kind of fun to look at. You get to... Oh, wait, never mind. I think we missed the staff moves. I think we... Oh, there it is. So, head coaching-wise, Lane Kiffin... Oh my gosh, is Texas's head coach... Sark is Michigan's head coach. What is going on? Because Texas... Oh, Texas just lost. Yeah. So they go ahead and hire Kiffin. Oh my. Jack Martin. Wow. Nice hire there. Ryan Silverfield from Memphis. Nice to take. Hey, Brett Bielema goes to Washington. Hugh Freeze, the former Auburn coach, is going to take a job at Troy. Oh, wow. Did not expect that. Drink gets fired from Missouri and goes and takes a job at TCU. Derek Mason goes to the NFL. Sonny Dykes gets fired. These are always so fun, dude. Sharon Moore gets fired. Missouri hires Mike Norvell. That's a crazy hire. Anybody else that really matters? We look just in the American. So Maryland's head coach Mike Loxley goes and takes the job at Temple. He got fired from there. Elias Castro, the new DC. Oh no, the new head coach. Sorry. For Memphis, and then Casey Keeler got fired or retired for Temple. That's why they bring in Mike Loxley. Gotcha. That's so fun though. I love watching the coaches move around. And a lot of them, like Hugh Freeze, got a chance to really turn that program around, which is cool. So, who's in the national championship? It's going to be Oklahoma and Miami. Oklahoma beats the brakes off of Georgia. Miami beats off of Alabama, and Miami beats the brakes off of Georgia. So, your final week here. We get a good bit there. What is this? History update. Miami defeats Oklahoma 49-21. Good grief. They beat the crap out of them. And so Miami wins their first championship since the early 2000s. That's kind of cool. And now we advance the week for the end of season. Or the off season. I don't know exactly what's going on anywhere. We're figuring it out. Players leaving. Oh, no. I have 8 chances to persuade players. Okay. I don't mind this. Tucker McDonald is staying. That's all that really matters. I get this. I get losing it. Yeah. I don't think we're keeping Cam Edwards. We got to really choose here who we want to try to keep. Oh my gosh. Chris Parker is staying. Oh my gosh. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. Caleb Burton wants to go. That's the one I was really worried about. Nader Chirchi wants to go. That's a tight end of ours. We've got a chance to keep freshman Darren McLaughlin. Is that really one we want to use one on? Okay. I'd like to keep Liam Fuller. He's only he's a junior. Cam Chadwick's leaving. And Camille Latu. Alright, so we've got a few that we really would like to keep. The quarterbacks I'm not as worried about because we have Tucker McDonald and the freshman coming in. We're not keeping either of these, but wish we could. We will try for Caleb Burton. And he is not persuaded. We'll try for Nader Chirchi because he's important as well. Chirchi decides to stay. Thank the Lord. Don't know if we're going to keep any of them. The Jermaine Meadows would be the next one that I'd like to keep. Cooper Ackerman. Who out of these would I want to keep more? Probably Cooper. And Cooper decides to stay, so we will keep Ackerman. Okay. Fuller, we've talked about wanting to keep him as a second mic. We do have a 3-star coming in that will probably be playing. We've got to try for Cam Chadwick, and we do not persuade him. Let's go with you. Harry Moorhead decides to stay. We can do Jermaine Meadows as well. And he didn't get persuaded, so he only kept one of them. I can't believe we didn't keep Caleb Burton. I'm glad we kept him, though. I mean, we'll try for Cam Edwards. He's not persuaded. All right, let's get one more that we know. Freshman left guard. I think we brought in a guard, Derek DeMania. Need a medium. Any more mediums out here? Yeah, let's keep the middle linebacker, Liam Fuller. And he does decide to stay, so. Did they all already decide? Yeah, they're all grayed out. All right. Well, we kept some of them. It's going to be a rough year next year, no doubt. So much relies on this recruiting class we're bringing in. We end the year at number 17. In the draft results, don't know if we had anybody. Yeah, even Taekwon King didn't get drafted. That's insane. That's nuts. All right, we don't have much more to do here. The transfer portal and off-season recruiting is a big deal. There's no doubt this is a huge deal. We've used all of our hours. I hope the CPU does our auto recruiting well here for the transfers. We need a kicker and a punter too. Oh wow. Okay, the portal is multiple weeks, turns out. Let's go to the next week. See who he signed. Nobody yet. We're in on a lot. I can't believe Chris Parker's staying. That was such a big one for us. Maybe he didn't. I don't know. Is that a thing in this? I have to fight for some of those guys in the portal? I don't know. I'm hoping the CPU does it. We do come to an agreement with a running back. Beautiful. Simeon Price. Then a QB, Jeremy Hiklinski. So he might be our starting quarterback this year. Jameer Green, a linebacker. LJ Johnson, a wide receiver. We'll slot right in. Another quarterback, AJ Surrae. So we have a quarterback race. Another running back, Mekhi Frazier. We do need to fill in the running backs. Another quarterback. Another running back. Another receiver. Did we target anything defensively? Pretty good chunk there. Okay. Back to the recruiting thing. Let's do the transfer. Don't have anything without the transfers. Let's do that. Uh-oh. We don't have a kicker. Position changes. Alright. Quarterback-wise, yeah, Kachvinsky isn't ready. Anyway. Tucker McDonald didn't get better. Oh, wow. Cam Dyer. Who are you? Runs well. Throws the ball not accurately, but hard. I really like that. And then Jeremy Hiklinski as well. So got a couple of different quarterbacks here. Simeon Price is going to be pretty good. I like that signing. MJ Flowers stayed. That's a big deal. He's got one more year. Mekhi Frazier as a third back. Mekhi Frazier, I'm thinking he could sit in a different spot, but I don't think he can. Bringing in Monte Lowe and Eric Kaler, both true freshmen. Carson Childress still here. Wide receiver-wise, Chris Parker is still 78. Maybe we haven't seen the development yet. Maybe they still have to develop. I don't know. Because Chris Parker didn't move at all. LJ Johnson, that's a nice signing. He's a sophomore. He's got good speed as well. And Shamar Porter, Rawson McNeil, John Schneider, Jackson Harper, and Sidney Rude, who is one of the JUCO guys. Not going to be great. Nader Chirchie's still here. He didn't get any better. Yeah, there's definitely still something to come. Xavier Watson. We've got a young team. This isn't bad. New tackle. Derek Damania comes in at a 65 overall. All right. Left edge wise, Stephon Wright playing his senior year. Matt Hoffman, right edge. We do bring in Cliff Poindexter, yeah. That'll be nice. And then Tim Fogg as well. Vincent Carroll Jackson. Nick Russell didn't get any better. Yeah, must be something coming up. Ooh, only one Sam. Jacoby Brown. 57 overall. This is going to be one of those where I think we move one of the middle linebackers over there. Probably Liam Fuller. Frederick Crabtree comes in at a 67. KJ Manley is a 67. Corners can be rough. Jalen Wilkinson's our cornerback 1. We're going to be starting freshman Alan Mond. Oof. Kobe Albert will start. Yeah, let's go ahead and move him out to a Sam. So we've got a starting outside linebacker over there. I think the freshman KJ Manley, I feel fine about him. He's quick. Free safeties aren't going to be great. Maybe one of these don't have any athletes. Maybe one of these receivers could play there. Jackson Harper. Do I only get 1 or 2? I don't know. But I think that's fine. Definitely not the team you're looking at. You're usually looking at after you go to the championship. Dev trade upgraded to Impact. Okay. Nice. Oh, and there is training results. Awesome. We can finish this out here. Quarterbacks and defensive linemen. And so that's fine. I don't know which one I want to do next. Probably tactician. I would rather have something... talent developer. Yeah. That's definitely the one we want, but we have to have 2 players drafted in the first round, and we have to spend 50 in motivator. This is also strong in player development. Interest boost for QB recruits when a current QB hits a skill cap. Oh yeah, this is definitely what we need. And then to get that second level of recruiter, we have to sign 2 top 5 recruiting classes. I don't know if that's going to happen, but it's all right. Training results. This is one of the most exciting things on the season. Cam Dyer is going to be good. Let's go, dude. He got a big boost to accuracies as well. +3 in all 3. And the redshirt freshman, the 6'4", dude, he's going to be our quarterback for time to come. AJ Sarace, the backup, got 1 better, got some more speed. Definitely worked on that running. Tucker McDonald got 3 better, so Tucker probably thought he might have a chance at the starting spot this year. I think he might be the QB2. I don't know. It just feels like Sarace is a better passer. They're very similar build. And then Heklinski comes in +2 to a 71 overall. Simeon Price gets a little bit better, up to an 84. Love to see that of our running back 1. MJ Flowers up to an 82. Mekhi Frazier an 81. So we've got 3 good backs that we can use. 4 really with Terrell Washington as well. At fullback, Childress gets up to a 68. Chris Parker only gets a +2, but he gets a big bump to agility. Big bump to change in direction. Awareness, nothing really catching traffic, a little bit on the route running. Jump up higher. Break tackle higher. He's definitely going to be our #1 receiver on the outside. Oh, and they gain weight too. Jamar Porter, big jump. Wow. 80 overall for him. He'll be nice to have. A quick twitch receiver. LJ Johnson, a sophomore. Very fast. Probably our slot receiver this year. Rawson and McNeil, up to 75. John Nader and Jackson Harper. Neither of them are really going to play. Chirchi didn't get too much better, which hurts. That definitely hurts. I think you might see the freshman Xavier Watson running. I think you're definitely going to see. Ooh, Javonte Vereen is really nice. 84 speed. Ty Chan, 83 overall. Left tackle, that's awesome. Ben Morawski, 79. Cassidy's going to be a 73. Wayburn gets all the way up to a 77. Jaden Bass, a 74. Stephon Wright didn't really get too much better. Got a little faster, though. Cooper Ackerman got a little better. Brandon Kelly as well. Matt Hoffman at right edge. Okay. Then defensive tackle-wise, you see Vincent Carroll Jackson get a +3 and Nick Russell get a +3. So Russell does get better. Got a lot more agile. Dontrell Jones, 69. Brittany Weaver, okay. Liam Fuller gets a +3 up to a 71. He'll be a fine outside linebacker, I think. Got the young Nakobe Brown that got a +7. Nice. And Jameer Green +3. Erica Maya gets a +4. Jameer Green going to be our starting middle linebacker this year. Perry Moorhead up to 70. Jalen Wilkinson to a 71. Ugh. Chris Hudson got a lot better. He might be a starter this year. Might have to be. Kobe Albert really didn't get much better. Strong safety Xavier Bridges Brooks up to a 68. And no kicker or punter on the roster. I don't know what we're going to do about that. If I can switch somebody around, I'll definitely make him a kicker and make him decent, not great. What does this mean? Encourage transfers. Oh, it's like encourage people to leave. No. Custom conferences. We're going to spend another year in the American Conference. I don't think any of these teams... Oh, let's add Air Force. Right there. So Air Force joins, and that is all of the military schools here. All right, next week. Told you it's going to be a rough year, too. It's going to be a really rough year, too. For the UConn Huskies. We can go ahead and set up a custom schedule. There are some teams I really want to play. Indiana is not one of them. I want Duke. How can I get Duke in here? Maybe in a week 1 spot. Yeah, definitely. Duke is number 12. We fell to them in a really close game in the last one. We will open the season with them. That's perfectly fine. Top stories. Ryan Williams leads the Heisman Trophy race. DJ Lagway is a Bama quarterback. Oh. Bluff Bothwell. Ahmad Hardy. We'll let the CPU set up the board. Let's get into it, man. Out in front on a few. Nice. Oh, man. And we face Duke in the next one. Okay. Let's go and set our depth chart. So starting at quarterback, it is going to be Cam Dyer. Gonna see a little more movement in the pocket for sure. He runs well. We'll see what we can get going with him. We've got 3 running backs we can use a good bit of. Simeon Price, MJ Flowers, and Mekhi Frazier. Terrell Washington might come in later. Not sure. Carson Childress there. At receiver, we're going to do... Yeah, this is right. I mean, LJ Johnson there. We're going to put Chris Parker on the outside. Yeah, we're cool with this. Tight end is going to be... Oh, he got a lot better. Wow. Varquise Gums. I think we're going to have him play... I think we're going to have Varquise start. Actually, we're going to have Vereen start. I really like Javonte Vereen here. So we're going to do that. The line should be self-explanatory and already set. Perfect. At left edge, we're going to start Stephon Wright. Yes. At right edge, Brandon Kelly. Nick Russell is definitely going to be our up front guy. No doubt there. A low-key. Yeah. Russell needs to start on the edge. So, Nick Russell, 77 overall on the edge. Yeah, this is where he's... Yeah, 80 finesse move. He's going to be working around out there, and he's a little faster now. And that also allows us to put Vincent Carroll Jackson up front. Liam Fuller will be one of the outside linebackers. Actually, I think I want it to be KJ Manley. The freshman, give him time. He can do this, I promise. He's got 80 tackling. He's fine there. He's got good speed. Middle linebacker, definitely going to be Jameer Green. He is going to be a stud. I can already tell. He's very fast. Good tackler. In the 2, it's going to be the true freshman, Frederick Crabtree. We're hoping for some good development out of him as well. Perry Moorhead will be the outside linebacker on the other side. Yeah, I think that's the right call. Corners. Oh, this is going to be rough. Manning will start at free safety. That's a good look. And then Xavier Bridges-Brooks on the other side. Let's say what kicker we have. If we have a bad kicker, I'm going to change it. That's not realistic. Just saying. Oh, he's not that bad. He's a freshman. We've got a few freshmen in here. Definitely going to rock with Colin Turner, though. And then the punter, oof. Cameron Pryor. Not great. So UConn gets a whole lot worse. But year 2 is up next, and we're hoping things go well. If you like the video, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. That is it for me. I will see you all in the next one for week 1 against the Duke Blue Devils. That's it for me. That's UConn Dynasty episode 15 in the books.